information tonight on the suspects in the Boston Marathon bombings. Their uncle says they turned to radical Islam.
And a developing story tonight in Clear Creek County. 5 snowboarders have lost their lives in one of the deadliest avalanches in Colorado history. But we begin tonight with yet another developing story, this one from Civic Center Park.
That's where 3 people were shot during the annual 420 marijuana celebration. We've learned tonight all of those victims will survive. CBS 4's Stan Bush was at the event, and Stan, you actually heard the shots and saw people running from the park.
Kathy, that shooting happened literally the second we were starting to make live television. It happened during the middle of a loud rap concert, but it was drowned out by the sound of gunshots and screams as thousands of terrified people ran for their lives. The sound of a half-dozen gunshots sent a panicked crowd of thousands scrambling for safety. In the chaos, dozens of people were trampled as frightened ralliers tried to escape. One man used his body as a shield to protect another man who was out of his wheelchair.
I mean, that was the most scariest thing I've ever been through, you know, to have people running and ducking.
We are just hearing that there were shots fired at Civic Center Park.
The shooting happened on live television. Our crews caught people fleeing the scene at the beginning of a report on the 420 rally. Copter 4 has video overhead. It shows this group of men running through the crowd. Video also shows this man in dark clothing following them. He pauses. Shots are then fired. Then he turns the other way and sprints through the park.
It was kind of out of nowhere, and it was in the middle of the rap show, you know, and so I don't know how it got out of control.
Witnesses also shot video of one of the shooting victims. Denver police say he was shot in the leg. Police do not know who shot him, saying the shooter disappeared as witnesses scattered.
Basically, everybody fled. That's the problem. When you have a situation like this with a large crowd, gunshots ring out, people flee. And so we need to get those folks who did flee to come back and speak with us.
Hundreds of onlookers watched as 14th Street and Civic Center Park became a closed crime scene. Police are calling for witnesses to turn in their video as evidence. Denver police say it's likely their shooter has been arrested before. Denver police say they are now looking for 2 suspects. The first is a black man standing 6 feet tall, about 180 pounds, wearing a gray hoodie, black slacks, and a light Carolina blue baseball cap. The second is a black man wearing a black and white checkered shirt. And Denver Parks and Rec is also responding to the shooting. They are now pulling the open use permit that the 420 rally organizers had applied for. They had initially planned that their event would last through the weekend. Live in Civic Center Park, Stan Bush, CBS 4 News.
Thank you, Stan. And the actual 420 event was peaceful prior to the shootings. Thousands of people packed Civic Center Park and smoked pot. Police stood by and reported few problems, but some people were treated for medical issues. This year marked the first 420 celebration since Colorado legalized marijuana. The origins of the event are a bit hazy, but most say 420 was a police code for marijuana incidents. In Boulder, the 420 celebration basically didn't happen. We were on the CU campus this afternoon and saw more police than we saw people lighting up. CU locked down the campus to non-students to prevent problems they've seen in the past.
We're following a developing story tonight out of the high country. 5 snowboarders are dead tonight after being buried by an avalanche. We've learned that one person in that group survived. It happened this afternoon on the north side of Loveland Pass. The avalanche was 600 feet wide, 8 feet deep, and the snow slid over 1,000 feet. CBS 4's Howard Nathan is live on Loveland Pass. The area off of Highway 6 there.
All right, Tom, we're at the second switchback as you make your way up on Loveland Pass, coming up from Loveland ski area. It's very windy, very snowy right now. And behind me is an area that the sheriff says the backcountry skiers and snowboarders rarely commonly use. However, behind me also is important because that's where this one survivor managed to make his way up onto Loveland Pass and reach safety and reach help. 6 people believed to be on snowboards were on this backcountry slope some 2 miles from the Loveland ski area. Only one made it out alive.
Apparently one of them was able to kind of bail off to the side a little bit. He was partially buried, was able to dig himself out and then get out to the road and call for help.
The Clear Creek County Sheriff told us when you consider how many died, there is no way rescuers could prepare themselves for this sad day.
You can never be ready, totally ready for it psychologically. I mean, kind of like a school shooting or anything else. You're never prepared for it, but it happens, so you have to deal with it.
Since March, Loveland has seen 6 feet of snow falling on top of old hardpack snow, a recipe for an avalanche. And according to the Colorado Avalanche Information Center, when a massive slide like this happens, it happens quickly.
Our primary concern over the last few days has been these very large avalanches. They're stubborn. They're not giving people a lot of information before they release. And then when somebody finds a really weak spot or is unlucky enough to trigger one, these avalanches go very, very large and very dangerous.
Up to 50 rescuers spent 4 hours retrieving the bodies buried under several feet of snow.
And we have to put rescuers out there, and we have to put them in harm's way because somebody was out having a good time.
Now, the sheriff tells us that one lone survivor, believed to be a man in his 30s, did not need to go to the hospital. We don't know his name. The sheriff doesn't know his name, and perhaps the names of those who perished, those 5 people, may be known sometime on Sunday. Reporting from Loveland Pass, Howard Nathan, CBS 4 News.
This was the second deadliest avalanche in Colorado history. The worst was back in 1962 when 7 people in cabins died near Twin Lakes.
Right now we're following the latest developments in the Boston Marathon bombings. Tonight the surviving suspect is in serious but stable condition. We're told he's surrounded by armed guards in the hospital. We're also learning more about what may have led the 2 brothers to carry out that deadly attack. Police are standing guard outside the Boston hospital where the surviving suspect in the marathon bombings is being treated. A special interrogation team used on high-value targets is waiting to question 19-year-old Johar Tsarnaev when he's able to talk.
We have a million questions, and those questions need to be answered.
Police captured Tsarnaev Friday night after a nearly day-long search. Images from heat-sensing technology show he was hiding in a boat in a backyard in Watertown. After a shootout with police, Tsarnaev climbed out. Investigators tell CBS News he had bullet wounds to his leg and neck and may have tried to kill himself. His older brother, Tamarian, the second suspect, died early Friday after another firefight with police. In 2011, the FBI interviewed Tamarian when the Russian government flagged him as a follower of radical Islam. Their uncle says his nephew had changed over the years.
He used his younger brother. He wasted his life. I understand he did not do what, he messed up his own. I don't know what was going on there, but he messed up his life. That's why he decided to take lives of innocent people, hurt innocent people. I may believe he's been full of evil. Maybe he's been himself as an evil. He turned to being evil. As I said, confused, entirely confused.
And before today's Red Sox game at Fenway Park, the crowd gave a standing ovation to law enforcement who captured the second bombing suspect. They also had a moment of silence to honor the 3 victims of the bombings and the police officer killed Thursday night at MIT.
An emotional day in Jefferson County as families paid tribute to the victims of the Columbine shootings. Today marked the 14th anniversary of that deadly rampage at Columbine High School. At Clement Park, people stopped by the permanent memorial to reflect on what happened back in 1999. 12 students and 1 teacher died when Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris opened fire inside the school. The memorial opened back in 2007 as a place of peace, comfort, and reflection.
And the snow goes on in the western high country right now. We still have snow showers tonight, but another round of snow hits Denver by Monday. A look at the Eisenhower Tunnel right now. Not long ago, westbound lanes were closed. They're back open thanks to the snow. Your forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Also had new information on that deadly fertilizer plant explosion in Texas, what the government did not know about the operation.
With the Boston tragedy still fresh in our minds, what London is doing to keep the city safe for tomorrow's marathon there.
And why the Denver Dumb Friends League is suspending all dog adoptions.
Coming up on Saturday Sports Extra, the Rockies are in a rut. and they're loving every minute of it. A former Ram had a pep talk for his old team today, and he may be the oldest Nugget, but today Andre Miller was also the best as the Nuggets and Warriors went right down to the buzzer.
CBS 4 Weather is brought to you by Shortline Hyundai. Hyundai has it and Shortline's got it at Colorado's original Hyundai dealer. Shortline Hyundai. Save money, drive better.
We all love Colorado and want to take care of this amazing state. So when you consider that the money from hunting and fishing licenses protects our wildlife and the beautiful places they live, you may want to hug a hunter. To learn more, visit hugahunter.com.
You won't always be home to greet your kids, but you can still keep an eye out for them. With Xfinity Home, only from Comcast, the total home security and home control solution, you can manage your home from anywhere and save on your energy bill with features like remote thermostat controls and remote light and alarm controls. Plus, safeguard your home with 24/7 professional monitoring. Xfinity Triple Play subscribers. Now you can add Xfinity Home for only $29.95 a month. Plus, you can lock in your rate for 2 years and save over $200. Call 1-800-XFINITY now.
When it comes to healthcare, we want the latest tests, the newest drug, and the best insurance. So what does federal healthcare reform have to do with the benefits we receive and the premiums we pay?
The ball is already rolling when it comes to learning about your health insurance premium rates. Be informed so you, your family, or your small business have the facts and are ready for the changes ahead.
Colorado's Division of Insurance. Consumer protection is our mission.
For more information, visit askdora.colorado.gov.
Hi, welcome to Toyota. Can I help you?
I was just configuring the perfect Camry.
Good choice. Camrys are so reliable.
Yeah. 90% of all Toyota Camrys sold over the last 10 years are still on the road today.
You got it all figured out.
Yeah, I do.
So, is the internet as fun as a test drive?
Wow. So lifelike.
Get 0% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2013 Camry, or lease one for only $189 a month. Toyota. Let's go places.
On the train test range, the search for any possible weakness continues. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard.
Get 0% APR financing for 36 months, or up to a $1,250 instant rebate when you purchase a qualifying train heating and cooling system. Visit RockyMountainTrain.com to find a participating independent train dealer and learn more.
It's hard to stop a train.
In Texas, people are back in their homes after Wednesday's deadly fertilizer plant explosion. 14 people died in that blast. And tonight we learned the plant had been storing 1,300 times the amount of ammonium nitrate that would normally be considered safe. A source in the Department of Homeland Security says the company did not tell the agency about the large amount of explosive fertilizer on site. In his weekly address, President Obama spoke about the Boston Marathon bombings.
The president said in times of crisis, Americans always stand tall.
Through the days that would test even the sturdiest of souls, Boston's spirit remains undaunted. America's spirit remains undimmed. Our faith in each other, our love for this country, our common creed that cuts across whatever superficial differences we may have, that's what makes us strong. That's why we endure.
In the weekly Republican address, Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina also thanked the city of Boston, and he says Americans will not be swayed by terrorism.
Our freedom is our most precious possession. Any effort to take it away will only strengthen our determination. Because the greatness of America is not seen during times of prosperity, but is crystallized by how we respond to challenges. We will stand strong. We will stand united. And we will stand together for Boston.
Right now, police are preparing for the London Marathon. Because of the Boston bombings, there will be extra security for that race.
Since the atrocities in the Boston Marathon on Monday, I've reviewed my policing operation with my partners, which is British Transport Police, City of London Police, London Marathon, of course, Transport for London, and I have increased my policing operation for high visibility reassurance patrols in London.
London police say they are not changing the threat level of this year's run. They add that despite all of their precautions, it is impossible to secure a perimeter around the marathon course.
If you were hoping to adopt a dog at the Dumb Friendly Quebec shelter, you'll likely have to wait at least a month. Several dogs have died there from pneumonia, and veterinarians are still trying to figure out how the animals picked up the illness. It all started about a week ago. So far, vets have seen 12 cases of dogs with pneumonia. 5 of those dogs have died. They're still trying to figure out exactly how this happened.
There's many diseases or viruses or bacteria that may be involved, so we're trying to pinpoint what exactly is causing the disease.
It's estimated about 25% of the shelter's 260 dogs are sick. All dogs there are being closely monitored. All animals brought into the shelter are quarantined until they're healthy enough to be back into the general population. Cats and other animals are still available for adoption right now.
After a very dry winter, the Midwest is now getting hit with rain and snow, and that's leading to flooding. Along the Mississippi, Missouri, and other rivers in 6 states, waters are on the rise as the snow melts. Forecasters are warning of major flooding on the Mississippi from Iowa to St. Louis this weekend. The river had been running low due to the drought.
And Justin, no flooding here, but rain and snow are certainly in our forecast as well.
They are. Tomorrow's going to be a nice day, especially through the morning. Then the clouds roll in and we see snow in Denver again by Monday. Another round of winter hits the city. Let's go now to Doppler 4000. Most of the rain is east of the mountains. That's where it's warmer, but out in the mountains right now, still cold enough for some snow showers. We saw that shot of Eisenhower Tunnel not long ago. It was snowing lightly up that way, and most of those snow showers should taper off in the next couple of hours. But east of the city and for most of the northern metro area, maybe even the northeastern portions of Colorado, just some lighter rain showers for tonight. But again, that tapers off later on tonight, and then we see that next round of snow hit Denver by Monday and early Tuesday morning. Here's the jet stream pattern right now. It's fashioned pretty much from the northwest down to the southeast across the northwestern United States, but this is going to begin dropping into Colorado once again. It's done this for the last several weeks, and this is what's going to bring us the snow. Also, it's bringing cold temperatures with it, and once it drops into northern Colorado, it's going to provide enough lift and enough moisture for us to see some snow in Denver. So let's break down that storm system. For tonight, Saturday at 11 p.m., we see a little bit of that snow continue in the mountains. All the rain pretty much hits the road in Denver, but then for tomorrow, not too bad across the state. It's by Sunday night, that's when we start to see some of that moisture work in. First, some snow in the mountains, maybe a little bit of rain east of the city for tomorrow afternoon, but especially on Monday afternoon, that's when the rain hits Denver, and then that transition over into snowfall once the colder air mixes in. So watch this. After Monday afternoon, watch the blue in the background. That's the snow in Denver. We could see that even as late as Tuesday morning at about 10 a.m., and a couple of inches of possibility right here in the city. 45 right now, 42 at DIA, south winds at 5, 71% relative humidity, and a rising barometer. As for today, not too shabby, especially compared to temperatures of late. 58 was the high, the record high back in 1989. That was 83 degrees. For tonight, temperatures in the 20s and 30s out east. Up in the mountains in the teens, 20s, even a couple of 30s out that way. Then out west, 20s and 30s as well. Then for tomorrow, soak it up, enjoy the sunshine. It'll be nice, especially compared to Monday. In Denver, into the 60s we go. Also a couple of 60s out east, 30s, 40s, even up to 60 up in the mountains. Then out west, 50s and 60s as well. Here's your Denver forecast. For tonight, temperatures a little bit cool into the 20s and 30s, but then for tomorrow, we're going to see that warm up, especially towards the afternoon right here in the city. Into the 60s we go. Partly cloudy, rain by the evening, and then the transition to snow by Monday when the colder air moves in. There it is. So don't get too comfortable with the nice temperatures now. It cools down on Monday, even Tuesday only in the 30s. 50s and 60s for Wednesday and Thursday, and then of course the +4 more, at least more mild for Friday and Saturday. But guys, whoa, what an active week.
I'll tell you what, we need it though too. So
we do. We're going to love it in June. That's
Thanks,
right.
Justin.
Thanks for watching CBS 4 News.
We'll see you right back here tomorrow at 10. Have a great night.
Appliance Factory Outlet and Mattresses $50,000 LG appliance giveaway is going on now. That's right, we're giving away $50,000 in LG appliances. No purchase necessary. Enter to win as many times as you like. Visit ApplianceFactory.com for details.
To my family, I'm one part provider, one part chauffeur, and whoa, one part referee. But here, I'm Premier. At Premier members, I get better rates, fewer fees, and most importantly, personal service. Find out how you can become Premier at becomepremier.com.
Boy, these iced teas are great.
So good. I like the mango iced tea. I'm so happy that Fiona wanted to come here and have a little iced tea party with us.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
It's cute.
How about some more raspberry iced tea for Uncle TJ?
I'll have some more mango, thank you. So cute.
I didn't get anything.
No, it's called make-believe. Go with it.
It's called a rip-off.
Thousands of green and sweet tea flavor combinations. New Ultimate Iced Teas. Try one with some tasty new Cine Snacks. This is how you Sonic.
At Extended Stay America, you get a fully equipped kitchen, free grab-and-go breakfast, and free in-room Wi-Fi. By the day, week, or month, it's the best hotel value. Welcome to the newly refreshed Extended Stay America, the new way to stay. Book now.
I knew there were a lot of tech jobs available out there. I knew DeVry University would give me the skills that I needed to make one of those tech jobs mine.
We teach cutting-edge engineering technology, computer information systems, networking and communications management, the things that our students need to know in the world today.
Our country needs more college grads to help fill all the open technology jobs. To help meet that need, here at DeVry University, we're offering $4 million in tech scholarships for qualified new students. Learn more at devry.edu.
Every famous curve, there's an equally thrilling, lesser-known counterpart waiting to be discovered. Conquer them with the Lexus IS Performance line, featuring the IS 250. Real performance demands real precision. Lease the all-wheel drive 2013 IS 250 for $329 a month for 27 months, with $26.99 due at signing. See your Lexus dealer.
An explosion of comedy, music, and fun. Experience the phenomenal Blue Man Group.
Tickets at denvercenter.org.
At Appliance Factory Outlet, we beat the competition. Thousands of new appliances on sale now. Refrigeration, kitchens, cooking, laundry, and mattresses. All guaranteed unbeatable prices. We beat the competition or your appliances are free. Visit ApplianceFactory.com, 12 locations.
CBS 4 closed captioning is brought to you by Arby's new Mighty Minis Twin Pack in roast beef or turkey and available in 3 flavors, original, crispy onion, or spicy.
From CBS 4 Sports, this is Saturday Sports Extra.
Dumped it home! Blocked by McGee! Dumped Iguodala!
If they are all going to be like Game 1, this is going to be a series for the ages. Today it was a game for the aged, at least in basketball terms, as Andre Miller showed his younger teammates what it means to come up big when the spotlight is the brightest. Champ must know somebody to get that seat. Heck, if he had asked, I'd have gone with him. Third quarter, tough, tight game. Corey Brewer on the money from downtown. Nuggets up by 8. Warriors, though, get right back in it. They can move the ball, too, and they can run the floor. And Steph Curry's at the other end, and the game is tied at 81. Nuggets would score the next 7. Andre Iguodala about to take it from midcourt to the rack. Denver up by 7 again, but it was a 1-point lead when Ty Lawson made the huge steal. Comes this way, left hands it up and in. Denver by 3. Yes, I said 3. I think Steph Curry knew it was a 3-point game, because check out this impossible 3 from the corner. And now the game is tied. And yep, now it's Miller time. Andre, 28 points, 18 in the final quarter. That is the game-winning drive to the basket. Warriors came here to steal one. I'd say the Nuggets stole one. They win game 1, 97-95.
I never hit a game-winning shot, so I've never taken a couple and missed or turned the ball over, but that was big for a first playoff game.
With us, it's a matter of will. You know, teams are going to try to slow us down, but we got to force our style of play up on the game and make it work for us.
We believe and we trust, and you know, we fight. And you know, would I like to have an easier game? Hell yeah, I'd like to have an easier game. But playoff basketball isn't about easy games. It just doesn't happen.
Didn't happen today in the East. Knicks hosting the Celtics, first game of their series. Boston not about to roll over. Jeff Green from the wing drills the 3. Boston by 4. Underdog Celtics hung in there most of the day at the Garden in New York. Pierce to Garnett, the high percentage 2. Knicks, though, came fighting back. Pierce threw it away. Melo goes all the way. He had 36 in the game. And then rare footage. The only assist Melo had all day. Fed Kmart of all people. Knicks get it done in game one, 85-78. If you are a Rocky fan, I would say it's time to get excited. Not just because they're winning, but night after night, they are getting terrific starting pitching. Tonight it was Jorge De La Rosa's turn to deliver. And that's what he did, throwing 6 shutout innings, allowing just 2 hits, getting Paul Goldschmidt swinging in the first. Rockies got on the board in the second inning. Reed Brignac, a hit to right field. Then the D-backs play it fast. They play it loose. They had Josh Rutledge in a pickle between home and third. And thank you very much. They threw the ball into left field. 1-0 Rockies. Meanwhile, De La Rosa had a little D working behind him. Rocks turned the very nice 6-4-3 double play to end an inning. Bottom of the 6th inning, Michael Kadire hits the hanging breaking ball, and he got it. Into the seats and left it goes. Rocks held on to win their 8th in a row. They're 13-4. It's their best start ever. They edged the D-backs 4-3. Ram truck poll tonight. They're now 13-4. Now where do you think the Rockies will finish in the NL West? Most of you think 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. Beats the heck out of 4th or 5th. We will take our first break. Up next, they were ready for a little football today up in Fort Collins.
CBS 4 Sports and the Weather Deck is brought to you by Nick's Garden Center. Let Nick's help create your backyard oasis. Visit nicksgardencenter.com.
Progress isn't about where you've been. It's about where you're going. The new Ram 1500. Best in class 25 mpg. North American Truck of the Year. 4-wheeler pickup truck of the year. Better residual value than Ford and Chevy. It's the fastest growing truck brand in America. Guts, glory, Ram. Trade in your vehicle and get $7,700 in total values on Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew and Quad Cab 4x4s.
There are things that happen once, and then never exactly the same way, ever again. Things that only you saw. There's no way to predict these things. You have to put yourself out there and keep your eyes open and be happy when you see them. These things that no one else will ever see.
Cirque du Soleil invites Denver to an adventure filled with breathtaking feats. Discover a fantastical island governed by goddesses. Surrender to the charms of Amaluna. Opens July 18th at Pepsi Center grounds. Tickets at cirquedusoleil.com.
Across rural Colorado, affordable electricity powers machines, waters crops, and lights small towns. But this economic lifeline is under attack by special interests in Denver. Their bill, crafted in secret and rushed through the legislature, would drive up electricity costs by billions. Farmers, business owners, organized labor agree it's unreasonable and unfair. If you value rural Colorado's future, join us at keepelectricityaffordable.org. It's time to stop picking on rural Colorado.
Every year, ALG evaluates premium compact utility vehicles to determine which vehicle's value holds up best against the test of time. They looked at Audi, Infiniti, and BMW, and then selected the Acura RDX as the winner of their prestigious 2013 Residual Value Award, which simply means the RDX has a special kind of luxury, the kind that endures.
Visit your Rocky Mountain Acura dealer for attractive offers on the 2013 RDX.
It began as a promise. Son, we're going on a road trip. That promise has lasted over 30 years. Our dream is to visit every national park in America. It's been thousands of miles, countless bumps along the way, but we'll just keep moving on, pursuing this amazing dream.
Mary Poppins, the hit Broadway musical, is coming soon.
Plays May 1st through the 5th only. Tickets at denvercenter.org or 303-893-4100.
Rapids hosting the Seattle Sounders this afternoon. Scoreless in the game in the 27th minute. Stays that way after one nice save. Then the Sounders' Obafemi Martin breaks the tie. And that would be all the scoring in this game. Why not do some gymnastics? You bet. Sounders get their first win of the season. Former Ram Joey Porter stopped by today up in Fort Collins, gave the Rams a little pep talk. Yep, a pep talk before the annual Green and Gold game. They are serious about football up in the Fort. Kids have been practicing for weeks. They're excited to play as close to a real game as you get in April. Props to the defense here. Stephen Michael, the fine stop. He makes the play, stopping the offense. After, though, it's Garrett Grayson who will be on target to Chris Woke. He crosses the plane. That is a touchdown. Grayson threw a couple of touchdown passes today. This time, Jordan Baden on the receiving end. The Green beat the Gold 14-6.
You know, there might have been some excitement by a couple defensive ends or outside linebackers after getting talked to by Joey Porter. I think that helped them a little bit. And you know, having some of those guys back, you know, really, I could see some good things.
It definitely helps, you know, just to know who's come before you and what you're trying to carry on. And, you know, those guys they're begging for us to get some wins around here. So we're trying to just make them happy and carry on what they started with Sonny Lubick and all those guys.
Those were the days. We'll take one more break. Coming up, a wonderfully emotional day at Fenway Park.
What do you think about this kid everyone's talking about?
No idea where this kid came from, but he's really making a name for himself.
Yeah, there's a guy I was telling you about, Sandcastle.
Ton of buzz on Sandcastle.
He ran a 4.2. 4.240? You guys are freak.
Are you attracted to him?
Obviously.
We should watch the draft together.
With the first pick in the 2013 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Leon Sandcastle.
Watch the draft on NFL Network.
Have we ever met before?
I don't think so. Because the next rookie sensation probably won't be Leon Sandcastle.
CBS4 and Public Service Credit Union, helping you make money sense. Together, we're better.
Did you know that you can finance a new or used vehicle with amazing low rates, fewer fees, and convenient payment options at PSCU?
Visit pscu.org.
The Honda Really Big Spring event is on. Time for big selection and big deals.
New Honda Pilots are arriving every day. And with comfortable seating for 8, every Pilot is equipped with rear view camera, Bluetooth, and USB. Standard. No extra charge for the features you want.
Get a new Pilot with 0.9% financing for 60 months or a low payment of just $279 a month.
There's really big deals on every new Honda. The best value on the road. But hurry in because they're going fast.
See your Rocky Mountain Honda dealer today.
We all love Colorado and want to preserve its incredible beauty. So when you consider the money generated from hunting and fishing licenses protects and manages our state's wildlife and the wonderful places they live, you may want to hug an angler. To learn more, visit huganangler.com.
Something sweet is going on all over Denver. Restaurants are switching to natural zero-calorie Truvia sweetener.
At the DoubleTree by Hilton, the ability to make our cocktails using Truvia helps us create lower-calorie beverages for our guests to enjoy. My name is Seamus O'Brien. My restaurant's at the DoubleTree by Hilton Stapleton North, and we've turned Truvia.
Turn your favorite restaurant Truvia. Nominate an eatery for a chance to win sweet prizes. Learn more at turningdenvertruvia.com.
CBS4 and Public Service Credit Union, helping you make money sense.
Did you know that Public Service Credit Union provides all kinds of loans, including loans to help small businesses succeed?
For more money sense tips, visit pscu.org. CBS4 Closed Captioning is brought to you by Arby's new Mighty Minis Twin Pack in roast beef or turkey and available in 3 flavors, original, crispy onion, or spicy.
In the first sporting event in Boston since this week's horrific events, the Red Sox were not about to lose. 8th inning, down 2-1. Daniel Nava delivers the shot heard round Boston. 3-run homer. Sox rally to edge the Royals 4-3. As you probably know, Sweet Caroline is the song of choice at Fenway. They play it every game, but today a little bit different. Today they didn't play Neil Diamond's recording. Today Diamond was there to sing it live. Good night, everybody. Enjoy.
Touching one, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet to touch never seemed so good. My
sports. This has been Saturday Sports Extra.